Big news coming in. A major aviation accident has shut down operations at LaGuardia Airport after a passenger aircraft collided with a ground vehicle on the runway. Now, viewers, the aircraft, an Air Canada Express CRJ-900 operated by Jazz Aviation, had arrived from Montreal when it struck a fire truck during landing. Viewers, according to initial reports, at least 2 people have been killed and several others injured, including firefighters and passengers. Now, emergency response teams rushed to the scene as authorities scrambled to manage the situation. Now, viewers, the Federal Aviation Administration has confirmed that the airport has been shut and a full ground stop has been issued as investigations get underway. Now, viewers, preliminary information suggests that air traffic control had warned both the aircraft and the ground vehicle moments before the collision, raising serious questions about runway coordination and safety protocols. Now, heavy emergency deployment continues at the airport with multiple injuries reported, some of them critical. Now, viewers, authorities are now probing the sequence of events that led to the crash, as flight operations remain suspended and passengers face major disruption. Now, viewers, I'm being joined in by my colleague Verghese Abraham on the phone line. Now, Verghese, it's a very big development coming from New York, where a passenger flight crashed into a fire department truck while landing. Verghese.
Well, it is a shocking incident that has come with regard to LaGuardia Airport in New York. It was an Air Canada CRJ-900 Express plane that met with an accident. Now, the reason for the accident is that the plane's front section is said to have collided with a fire truck that was at the place, and this resulted in the plane also tilting because the balance of the plane was lost after the nose section was completely hit, and it is being said that the landing gear as well as the nose section ripped off because of the impact of the collision. 2 people are said to have died and dozens of them have been injured because of this accident. Now, it is being said that investigation has already started as to why this accident could have taken place. It happened on runway 4 of the LaGuardia Airport, and investigations are going on as to how this collision also take place. Was there no prior warning towards the fire truck that the landing had taken place? Now, this plane was coming in from Montreal and was in fact packed with passengers as well. After the accident, the emergency teams immediately responded and passengers were deplaned, especially from the rear section of the plane, and those who were injured were immediately rushed to the hospital. After which, we have information coming in saying that at least 2 people have died because of this crash that occurred on this runway 4 of LaGuardia Airport, and also as of now emergency response teams are still in fact clearing out passengers from the certain sections of the plane as well where it has been entangled. Now, it's the nose section, especially the flight section which where houses the operation systems of the plane, that has been completely destroyed, and the plane belongs to Air Canada. Meanwhile, there have been several visuals of this accident that have also been put out on social media. There have passengers who were at the airport, the first responders, all of them took those visuals and immediately put it on social media, which in fact shows the nature of this particular accident and how badly it has resulted in the situation that we in fact see. As an emergency measure, all aircraft landing to this airport has been diverted to nearby airports as such, and also the contingency plans are being checked. First, they'll have to, runway 4 is completely shut. They'll have to move the aircraft from the runway to make it operational, and also there is information coming in that they are looking at all the standard operating procedures to find out as to how this accident took place as well, and to ensure that future accidents like this do not take place once the airport becomes operational. So a lot of checks being taking place at the same time to find out why this accident has taken place. But a shocking incident coming to light from the LaGuardia Airport.
Vergus, from the visuals, we can see that the nose of the aircraft has been severely damaged after the impact. Several people have lost their life and several others are critically injured. Now, Vergus, what exactly led to this accident? Because as per the sources, we are learning that the ATC, in fact, had a communication with the pilots of the aircraft as well as with the fire truck which was present at the spot, that there could be a collision. So there has been some communication problem, Verghese?
After that, what we understand is that from the information that's coming, the ATC was in contact with the fire truck as well as those who were in fact also with the pilots of the aircraft. But it looks like both of them were quite close to each other, and the ATC was unable to in fact avoid the collision that happened. So the question being raised is that was there no clearance given to the aircraft before it landed, or rather was the clearance given earlier to the aircraft, and then was the fire truck there because it took a wrong turn, and also whether it was not immediately known to the ATC that the fire truck was there at the spot. So all these questions are being asked as to what could have led to this incident, and why the tarmac was not clear for the landing to take place of this airliner. So that is something that is being investigated on. That's why I said earlier on, the operating procedures that are there are being looked into, and at the same time they are trying to find out as to what could have led to this, because there seems to be a lapse in the operating procedure somewhere to find out as to why the fire truck would be on the tarmac, especially when this airline, the plane was in fact landing. So all these questions being asked to find out what led to this accident.
Thank you so much, Verghese, for sharing these inputs. Now, viewers, casualties feared as Canada plane crash into a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport. Now, the casualties have been feared after an Air Canada plane collided with a fire truck on the runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport early Monday, according to the initial reports. And as per the AFP, the flights at the airport were immediately halted after US authorities issued a ground stop, bringing operations at the major transport hub to a standstill. Now, the Federal Aviation Administration said that there is a high likelihood that the suspension will be extended, though it has not yet specified the cause of the disruption. Several videos and footage circulating online show significant damage to the aircraft's cockpit. Now, viewers, New York's Emergency Management Authority warned people to expect cancellations, road closures, traffic delays, and emergency personnel near the major transport hub in the borough of Queens. Now, viewers, these are the latest visuals that we are getting from the LaGuardia Airport, and on your screen you can see that the nose of the aircraft suffering severe damage, that is the cockpit.